Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio November 19, 2022. Mercury moves into your work and health sector today, positioning you well for paying attention to details and working through problems. Until December 6th, you can learn much and talk through work or health problems. You may be doing a lot of organizing, learning, and sorting in the weeks ahead. You might use this period to sort out the important details of your everyday life. Find practical ways to improve your health and habits, but be sure to balance work with rest, as there is a tendency to overthink and fret with this position. Today's energies are good for self-expression, communicating, networking, and friendships. People are drawn to you and your ideas. Prepare for a dazzling few weeks ahead. Venus, our goddess planet of attraction, romance, and beauty, is now shimmering within Sagittarius until December 9th. Prepare for your relationships and love life to become more adventurous, carefree, and lighthearted. Being courageous and spontaneous in love will be the energetic flow of the cosmos now, so regardless of where you stand in your personal life, it's time to let down your hair and have a bit of fun. Philosophical conversations, spontaneous trips, and exotic experiences will be the MO. Let yourself live in the moment without a care in the world. See where your conversations will go. As Mercury enters Sagittarius today, you might be ready to take off with your new thoughts and ideas at work. Mercury in Sagittarius will expand your outlook on your routines, habits, and practices that could influence the trajectory of your work life. However, this big picture mentality can be somewhat consuming. It is important to feel elated by the possibilities of what could be, but you will need to remain somewhat realistic. Remember that your dreams for a more productive work life cannot be accomplished without taking action and figuring out the details. Thanks to the moon's departure from your income sector yesterday, your nose for money is not only sharp as Venus and Mercury spend their first full day together in your work sector, but just as they are about to align for the first time here in 5 years. With no planetary activity in your income sector and both Venus and Mercury gone from your work sector by the time it comes full circle next month, this has left you with a sense of where the money is with perfect timing. Coming full circle gives you a sense of accomplishment. Notice the things that you have accomplished, and you will inevitably see the pattern of ending up where you started but with greater self-awareness. Caring for yourself and your body is a way of constantly adapting to change while greeting the new optimistically. Our diet is our best prevention against disease, exercise our best weapon against depression, and good sleep our best way to feel truly centered. Concentrate on developing these skills to the fullest. Go over your finances today. The vibration of this day will enhance your ability to crunch numbers. Consider whether or not all of the hard work you're doing day in and day out is paying off for you. Are you making the money you should? Or are you sticking with your job for the sake of familiarity or security, rather than looking to put your efforts towards something more lucrative? Give such things thought and consideration, and if possible, do a little research. At the same time that Venus and Mercury are spending their first full day together in your work sector, having both returned in the last 48 hours, the Sun is spending his first full day on his own in a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart after they left. With the Sun not only joining Venus and Mercury early next week but Jupiter about to start making his way back to your career sector, the pace of this professional year is heating up. Until it does, the Sun is working with Jupiter to ensure you first have the right balance between work and play. The Sun is spending his first full day on his own in your romantic sector after Mercury left yesterday and Venus, the planet of love, the day before. While they have both put their stamp on things and this has left you with heart and mind on the same page, knowing that when he leaves early next week this will end all planetary activity on the romantic front, the Sun is asking that you take the spirit of romance seriously. Our eyes in the sky. This is a good time to think about how best to ask for what you want from your significant other in the bedroom. However, there is some tension in the day, so it might not be the best time to share all your thoughts and emotions. Later, when you're feeling more peaceful, you'll be better able to say exactly what you mean. To put it mildly, you are somewhat overwhelmed with what is expected of you. There are frequent misunderstandings, especially with relatives and friends. To avoid making the tense situation worse, refrain from acting in the heat of the moment. You need a great deal of time and patience for talking things over to clear matters up. You come under intense scrutiny and react badly to criticism you might receive from people you care about most. Emotional outbursts lead you to say things you later regret. It is probably best if you try and remove yourself from any tense situation to a quiet place where you're able to reflect on how you feel. In the early evening hours, you'll have more self-control, perseverance, and energy and be able to get some work done. Enjoy the chill and quiet energy of the evening. It's a nice reprieve from the frenetic energy of recent days. Just after midnight, Mercury enters Sagittarius, having sped through the sign of Scorpio in just under 3 weeks. At this time, depth is traded for breadth. We are less secretive. In fact, we may have very little filter at all, causing us to tactlessly blurt things out in moments of passion, heedless of the long-term implications. We are thinking more optimistically, and in our idealism, assume there is less reason to be guarded. After all, the way to establish connections now is to collect diverse perspectives, and for that to happen, others must feel open to taking us into their confidence. This is an excellent time for philosophical or ideological discussions. Differences in opinion can be hashed out without becoming critical or hostile. However, the lower manifestation of this transit can find us going into preachy territory. We should avoid the elitist supposition that we have done more research or are more invested in our claims than those who we are speaking with. This attitude will only cut us off from true understanding. Your uncontrollable energy is causing you big problems. You are in a state of inner turmoil and find it difficult to remain calm. Your friends and relations find your behavior totally unpredictable. They can't make you out. Talk to others about your mental state. They will understand you better and give you good advice. If you're confused, sort out your contradictory feelings. In matters of the heart, it's difficult for others to be sensitive to your needs. Unfortunately, confusion on your part leads people to avoid you and you feel worse. In being more certain about your feelings, your desirability is enhanced and your outlook improves. The cosmic weather is then quiet until the evening, when the Virgo moon forms a quincunx with Chiron in Aries, agitating our emotions. There may not be any apparent events or situations that are triggering right now. However, on a subconscious level, we feel off. Something is not quite right, but we can't put our finger on it. As we engage with others, nagging sensations communicate that we aren't strong enough or good enough, that we are too little or too much. If we try to interrogate these impressions, they evaporate, but when we let our guard down, they return. Feelings of inadequacy will pass quickly. Don't stress, but do commit to returning to this issue later for a deeper analysis.